Hello everyone, my name is Aishwarya Narayanan. My metric ID is KA18056. So I'll be presenting for methodology. For part A, Epsom salt in acetone, ethanol and water solvent and the furnace. So for materials, we have Epsom salt, sugar, copper sulfate, ethanol, acetone and water. Whereas for apparatus, we have 50 milliliter beaker, 1 liter beaker, weighing balance, filter paper, filter tunnel, hot plate, spatula, magnetic stirrer, and also crucibles. So for part A, empty crucibles were labeled weight and for three different solvents, which is ethanol, acetone, and water. So 10 ml of each solvent was measured using a measuring cylinder and was poured into a beaker on a hot plate. Each solvent was heated at three different temperatures, which is 30, 40, and 50. So sugar was stirred until in excess at all the three temperatures, and acetone with the saturated sugar in the beaker was filtered to remove the excess sugar, and the remaining solution was collected in the crucible. So the crucible was weighed and recorded. The weight is recorded and kept in furnace for 24 hours. Steps 4 and 5 were repeated with ethanol and water solvent. The experiment is repeated with the different solute, which is the copper sulfate and the Epsom salt. So after the salt crystal formation, the shape of the crystal formed were observed and the photos was taken for the record purposes. So for part B, we have sugar, copper sulfate and Epsom salt, but in a different solvent, which is distilled water. So this is also kept under furnace. So now we have taken the same solute but into a different solvent. So for part B, three empty crucibles were cleaned, weighed and labeled for sugar, copper sulfate and Epsom salt solvent. Sugar was poured into a 10 milliliter distilled water at 50 degrees Celsius so that it becomes saturated until it becomes saturated. So the mixture was stirred. The saturated solution was filtered to remove the excess salt. And step 1 and 2 were repeated with copper sulfate and also Epsom salt. So three beakers were filtered, saturated solution were poured into a crucible, and the weight of the crucible before drying is also recorded. So three crucibles were placed in the furnace for 24 hours. After salt crystal formation, the shape of the crystal were observed and photos were taken for it.